All right, Shalom. I want to start off, as always, by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Racha HaKodash. Double honors unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love unto the brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. And I also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And in this lesson, man, I just wanted to go over a few current news videos that I have. And as you can see, I'm going to go according to the order of the title of this video. And so the first thing that I wanted to address, man, and deal with is this monkeypox scare. Okay. The Cbdc has declared it as an international emergency. And now you have a case outside of Africa that has hit inside of Sweden. All right. And so I'm going to play this video here from We Are News, man, so that you can see what's going on. But for Esau to come out with this and to declare it a international emergency, man, is very tacky. All right. Now, why do I say that? Because the last time they had a global, scare of a virus, it was around the presidency. All right. Well, at the time, Donald Trump was the president. All right. And a month after he got in office, they came with the COVID, right? But for Esau to, bring back the same play, right, the same game plan back again, it just shows you that this man, he's running out of tricks. He's running out of magic, okay? He's played out. And people are starting to catch on, okay? I was listening to We Are Change on Rumble this morning with Luke. And he was talking about how pretty much they're doing the same thing that they've been doing, all right? In which every time the presidency come up or something major come up, they always come with a virus, just something, to scare the people, all right? It's all about keeping the people in fear and keeping them in line, So we'll see how this Mpox thing play out, all right? And for YouTube's sake, I'm not a medical doctor, all right? This is just for educational purpose, man. So I'm going to play this video here, and then I'll grab a precept, okay? But this is very interesting, that they're doing this around the elections, all right? So here we go.
Sweden has confirmed its first case of the Mpox viral infection, making it the first case outside of Africa.
And this is just a day after the WHO declared the disease a global public health emergency. Swedish Public Health Agency's Director General Olivia Wigswell said that the person got infected while staying in a part of Africa where there was a large outbreak of the disease. She further said the infected person has received care and instructions in line with the health agency's recommendations.
Jag har en person som har sökt vård i Region Stockholm som har konstaterats ha Mpox orsakad av, som vi hörde, virusvarianten clade 1. Och fallet är det första som är orsakat av clade 1 som har diagnostiserats utanför den afrikanska kontinenten.
Meanwhile, United Nations Deputy Spokesman Farhan Haq reiterated the World Health Organization's announcement, calling the Mpox virus a public health emergency of international concern. The outbreak in Congo began with the spread of an endemic strain called clade I, but a new variant, clade IB, appears to spread more easily. through routine close contact, including sexual contact. It has spread from Congo to neighboring countries, including Burundi, Kenya, Rwanda, and Uganda. Triggering the action from the WHO, Mpox can spread through close contact, usually mild. It is fatal in rare cases. It causes flu-like symptoms and pus-filled lesions on the body.
Right. So in order to get the Mpox, you got to be in physical contact with someone. All right. And not just, you just bumping their arms, but actual, contact. Right. As you mentioned, like intercourse, or maybe you just hanging out with them and around them, physical contact. That's how you get this crap. But she mentioned in the video how it's another strain that's easily to catch. All right. So who knows what Esau is whipping up. All right. This devil, man, he's a very, very sloppy person. All right. But who knows where this is going to lead to, man. Whether they come back with lockdowns, who knows? All right. We know that Esau got some up his sleeve, man. But he's getting very tacky and very sloppy with his plans. All right. He's starting to be very predictable. Once you start, catching on the Esau ways, man, you can see this nigga is predictable. Like, you just know he's going to come with something. All right. So I'll let this finish out here.
WHO is warning also about the potential of this Mpox virus to spread further across countries in Africa and possibly outside the continent. To allow for an immediate scale-up, WHO has released $1.45 million from the WHO Contingency Fund for emergencies. It may need to release more in the coming days.
Furthermore, the global vaccine group Gavi has up to $500 million to spend on getting shots to countries affected by an escalating Mpox outbreak in Africa. Gavi helps countries with less resources buy and deploy vaccines, usually against childhood vaccines like measles, but it expanded into broader efforts during the COVID-19 pandemic.
All right. So there you have it with that, man. Okay. You saw you getting very sloppy, man. All right. Very sloppy with your plans and what you want to push forth in the earth. Real quick, Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 7, it says, concerning Edom, thus said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? And this is concerning you devils, man. All right. You used to be clever in how you did things and how you moved. But now you're sloppy, man. And everybody is catching on to what you're doing. All right. Now, most of the people in the world, yes, they're lost. They don't really too much care about what's happening in the world. Okay. But for those of us who are in the know, you got certain Edomites who are in the know. Okay. These right-wing Edomites, they see what you're doing, man. And it's very sloppy. All right. And if you try to come with lockdowns this go around, you're going to meet a lot of resistance. Okay. Because 4 years ago, when you came with that, people was kind of confused about the COVID, they didn't know what it was. They were reporting numbers of unalivings and, things like that. And so people complied. But a lot of people, was jacked up off them lockdowns, man. Depression increased, domestic violence increased, alcoholism increased, obesity increased. I mean, things got bad. The children's education, that decreased. All right. But, they ain't learning too much nothing in school anyway. But they was over the computer, man. Okay. On a Zoom call, trying to learn and be educated. All right. And I think at that time, man, my little brother, he was in high school, and he told me that they pretty much did a Zoom calls to like 1 o'clock, and then they let them go ahead about their day. Okay, but they didn't learn nothing, bro. All right, they didn't learn anything, man. But if you come with lockdowns again, okay, Esau, you're gonna meet a lot of resistance, and people not gonna just obey you. Okay, you're gonna have to come with something very, very drastic to where people are in complete fear, to where they're gonna beg you, pretty much for, for protection, right? For an answer, for a cure, you know. And I'm sure you devils got something out there, you know. I'm sure you got something, devil, but you're very sloppy in what you're doing, man. Okay. So moving on here to the next thing. This is from Anonymous Official. It says a message to America. What comes next? All right. And this is the CBDC portion of the lesson. Okay. So I want to play this clip here. It's 13 minutes long. I'm not going to play the whole thing. You can go watch it for yourself. But some good points are being made in this video here, man. All right. It's a collage of videos. So let's get into it here, man. All right.
Attention Americans, your money, your privacy, your future, all could be at risk with central bank digital currencies, or CBDC.
We've got some bad news. SWIFT, the payment messaging system, which is utilized by the majority of the global banks, have announced that they are setting up a CBDC platform that's coming out in 12 to 24 months.
CBDCs are the latest tool for central banker control, giving government bureaucrats and central bankers unrestricted access to your personal transactions and control over your money. Don't let them take away your financial privacy and independence that the use of cash provides.
I remember, I will share with you a small story. Many years ago, I was traveling with, who was at that time Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew, from Singapore to Beijing in his plane. And we talked about the difference of Western and Eastern philosophy. And he explained to me, look, you in the Western, based on the history, on enlightenment, you have a concept which protects the individual against the collective. We, based on Confucius, we have more concept which protects the collective against the individual. Today, particularly at times when the individual could have so much power, we have to find a way to harmonize those two concepts.
They're trying to put into place a digital transaction control grid, which will tell you what you can do with your money, when you can do it, where you can go. If they don't want you to be able to use your money more than 5 miles from your home, that's it. Your money will turn off 5 miles from your home. If they just...
And that's crazy, all right? That is wild. If they don't want you to use your money outside of 5 miles, right? You can't go to another state and use your CBDCs. That's crazy. But Esau gonna take it to that level, man. Just to show the public that, hey, look, I'm not messing around with you people. He want compliance, okay? It's gonna get that crazy, you know. But these people, bro, they ain't ready for nothing like this. They ain't ready for this, bro. Especially Americans, all right? In this country, bro, you don't understand how much freedom these people have in this society, bro. That's why they're so damn miserable. Because they got too many freedoms, all right? Especially these women. They got too many freedoms. That's why they so damn drugged out and drunk all the damn time and partying all the damn time. They don't know what to do. But over here in America, bro, it's a lot of freedoms. People go where they want, do what they want, buy what they want, you know, just out of control, man. So when these restrictions come, right, and they're being told, hey, look, you can't buy this, you can't buy that. Oh, you had too much of this month, so you can't buy it until next month. And so on and so forth. And eventually, you know, these things are going to lead to the MOTB, All right, these are stepping stones. Okay, but this thing is gaining momentum, man. More and more, I'm starting to hear people talk about it, on different platforms. All right, they're mentioning it. They're talking about their experience and how it's being used in other parts of the world. This is a serious thing, man. All right, so here we go.
They decide they want to double taxes, they just don't. It's all taxation with absolutely zero representation. And the interesting thing about it, once they get this system into place, it won't even be, I believe it won't even be your national central bank that will control. It will be the Bank of International Settlements and the global systems that will control.
Now more than ever, is it important to protect your data online? That's why we ourselves use private internet access to protect our data. Private internet access is more than just any other VPN.
Global citizens, we have to learn to integrate a national and a global identity.
We are watching the US dollar.
That's the NWO. Integrate a national and a global identity. That's a one world order, man. And this is what Esau is pushing for. He wants all nations, all economies, right? Everybody come together under this one system, all right? This MOTB system, to where everybody can be tracked, okay? Everybody can be tracked. Everybody can be accounted for, right? No one can escape them, man. If you are participating in society, they got your number, man. You can't hide, all right? You can't hide from anything that they want from you, bro. As Mr. Baldhead said, you will own nothing and you will be happy. That's what the nigga said, man. And that's how crazy it's going to get, bro. All right?
Dollar collapsing in real time and on purpose. Klaus Schwab and the globalists that all got together this week at Davos and run the World Economic Forum, they are counting on it. They want the US dollar to collapse. And so does, by the way, Janet Yellen and President Biden. They want it to happen so they can roll out a CBDC, a central bank digital currency that is backed by Wall Street, where they will have total control over every aspect of your life. And we're going to show you how they plan to do this in a moment. Yes, your US dollar won't be run by Washington. It'll be run by Wall Street bankers, the same guys responsible for the 2008 financial collapse, by the way. But they might have just met their match in Donald Trump with a major announcement this week. And we'll get to that part of the story here in a moment. First of all, the United States dollar is, of course, backed by debt. It's not backed by gold or silver or anything else. It's backed by debt. And countries around the world are dumping U.S. debt. They're dumping U.S. treasuries in favor of gold and silver-backed currencies. So the United States can't operate. It can't function if people aren't loaning us money and buying U.S. treasury bills. But this is all part of the plan. The plan has been to run the U.S. dollar into the ground on purpose so that Wall Street banks could issue a CBDC, a central bank digital currency, a digital US dollar that's not backed by the United States Treasury, but instead it's owned and operated by Wall Street. And this is the most important part of this news. Investigative journalist Whitney Webb is perhaps the smartest person in the world on how the CBDC plan will come together. She just wrote an in-depth expose on how this elite-backed digital payment system will come together. I spoke to her this week, and she explained to me how Wall Street plans to roll this out with the coordination of the White House and Hollywood. And spying on Americans will be central to this new CBDC.
We know that these top Wall Street banks or whatever companies are chosen by the US government to be able to issue these digital dollars. They're going to be full on to collaborate with the surveillance agenda of the US. Which is, increasingly a financial surveillance agenda as well. And there's a lot of efforts to eliminate right now online and financial privacy for Americans. And we need to be very wary of that. And Wall Street has shown time and again that they're very willing to collaborate.
So let that sink in for a moment. The same global elites that forced us into lockdowns and caused the housing collapse are the very same people that will control your money. They will surveil everything you buy and everywhere you go. Even the Financial Times confirms it's all about control in a brand new report that they call New Money. Quote, as CBDCs become more common, central banks will be able to maintain a higher degree of control over the flow of currency, while still enabling citizens to make contactless payments without leaving the purview of the central bank. CBDCs also provide central banks with unprecedented control over fiscal and monetary policies.
These people labeled subversives by Palantirs could have their constitutional rights suspended if those protocols are ever invoked. So Palantir's role in that, as far as the national security state goes, very nefarious, and they've been very involved in a lot of other aspects of governance. It's gotten increasingly bloated and large with over the years. It was intimately involved in Ukrainian military operations during the Ukraine-Russian conflict that's of course still ongoing, and are now.
Okay, so this all I want to put in that video, man. But as you can see, multiple people are talking about this, man. It's starting to become an everyday discussion, all right, amongst these right-wing Edomites, all right. It's something that Alex Jones talk about a lot, Glenn Beck talk about it a lot, and other guys as well, man. And they see it, for what it is, man. They see it for what it is, and they talking about the MOTB on these platforms, okay? I'd be surprised, man, to hear different people talk about it, As of lately, it was Tucker Carlson, all right? He mentioned it in one of his previous interviews, man. He said that after he read Revelation, and pretty much, how he went back and read that part about the buying and the selling, he said he was like shook a little bit, in so many words. He was surprised by it because he said that John, wrote it 2,000 years ago, okay, when this technology wasn't even thought of, all right? These systems wasn't in place or even being talked about, but yet John, he describes this stuff to a T. That's prophecy, man. The Most High God gave that vision to the Apostle John. The Apostle John saw people taking the MOTB, man. He saw the system in place. So we know it's going to happen because it's written. People have to be marked up, right? That has to go down for prophecy's sake. But if you take that thing, man, that you pretty much sealing your judgment, okay? For you Israelites out there. It doesn't matter if Esau take the MOTB. It doesn't matter if a Moabite take it, an Ammonite, they can take it. It doesn't matter. But if an Israelite take it, that's on you, man. That's on you, okay? Because the warning has been out, all right? The apostles talk about it so much, man. And then the bishops and the elders and the brothers on down constantly speaks about the MOTB and the importance of it, all right? And if you're a believer out there, man, you got to stay on your toes, right, spiritually, and look out for this thing, man, because it's coming, all right? I've been listening to a few economists, all right? And they've been talking about how pretty much that you will see more of the CBDCs being pushed in 2025. So whether or not that's true, that remains to be seen. But we do know that this thing is gaining momentum, man. And life as we know it is about to change drastically, all right? And things are going to be very tight, okay? So I'm going to go here to Habakkuk, man, and I'll move on to my last video. This is Habakkuk or Habakkuk chapter 2, starting at verse 1. It reads, I will climb up to my watchtower and stand at my guard post. There I will wait to see what the Lord Yahweh says and how he will answer my complaint. And if you read chapter 1 of Habakkuk, all right, in chapter 1, Habakkuk is crying out against the wicked, okay? He's crying out against Esau and the unjust ways of this devil, man, all right? And so the Lord gave him an answer in chapter 2 here. It says, then the Lord Yahweh said to me, write my answer plainly on tablets so that a runner can carry the correct message to others. And this is what all the prophets did, okay? All the prophets, they wrote down these prophecies, All right. Now, at the time, they didn't understand the prophecies, okay? But they wrote them down, all right? They seen the visions, they wrote them down. But it's for us in these times to break down these prophecies, man, and to link these prophecies with world events, okay? So that we can know where we're at in prophecy, right? And you got to carry the correct message. That's important, all right? The correct message. A lot of people not carrying the correct message, man. A lot of Israelite camps don't understand the MOTB, bro. And some of them, not that they don't understand it, they scoff against it as well, saying that it can't be the C-hip because X, Y, and Z, okay? These guys are, hey, man, boy, your blood be up on your own head, man. I was watching the Apostle Hard today. He was speaking about it. He was saying that when this MOTB gets here, all right, and get implemented, it's going to get real, man, for all of us, okay, for the world. It's going to get real. It's going to get tight, bro. I mean, truly, just think about that shit, bro. Seeing people getting C-hipped, hearing the different laws and regulations that are going to be passed, saying, look, this is how life's going to go. If you don't want to get down with this, you could very well be unallowed or thrown in jail. So this is serious, man. And for you Israelite camps out there who are not speaking against this crap, all right, who aren't teaching the truth about the MOTB, blood will be on your hands because your congregation is blindly following you, okay? The MOTB is not sin in all of its forms. That's complete madness, okay? The MOTB is not 666 old white men. It's not the white woman, okay? It's not an embargo. The MOTB is not spiritual. It's a physical thing, man. You guys are playing with fire, bro. Don't you know what John said in Revelation, bro? Or maybe you don't know, okay? Let's go to the Revelation, bro. You got to teach the MOTB right. And if you don't teach it right, guess what, man? It's a heavy judgment for that, bro. You guys out here playing games, okay? This is Revelation chapter 22, all right? Starting at verse 18, okay? Pay close attention because maybe you didn't read this portion of the scriptures, all right? This is serious, man. Revelation 22 and 18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book. So, brother, it is a serious, serious thing, man, that you teach the truth of what this Bible is talking about. Especially that MOTB, man. That is a major, major prophecy that is going to come to pass, man. And a lot of brothers and sisters out there are going to be clueless about whether or not to take it because you've been breaking the scriptures down wrong to them, telling them don't worry about it. Oh, it's a spiritual thing. So since it's spiritual and it's sin in all its forms, can they take it? And if you do take it, please do a video taking it because I want to see. All right. I remember Deacon, I think it's Asaph. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he said that he'll take it on camera. He said it a while back. Okay, I remember him saying that. I want to see him do it. Just so that the congregation, can feel okay with taking it, I guess. I don't know. But we know that the IUIC is just all over the place right now. Okay. I don't know what's wrong with them brothers. They just all over the place. Most I got them in oh my goodness. The things that come out of their mouths, man. I mean, it's every week is something new, bro. Every month. I mean, they're just winging things, okay? But hey, the scripture say what it says. You add unto these words, you take away from it, the Most High got something for you, man. So you better get it right. So here back in Habakkuk, all right, verse 2 says, this vision is for a future time, all right? The prophets receive visions for the future time, for our time. That's cold, man. Habakkuk wrote this down, 2,000 plus years ago. This was a long time ago he wrote these things. Excuse me. But yet, the things that are in the scriptures, man, they're coming to pass in our times, bro. All right? We're living in prophecy, okay? If you didn't know. Everything we see is prophecy. That you got to understand, man. For you brothers and sisters out there who may think that nothing is happening, I suggest you you rethink that, man. Everything we see is prophecy, bro. Don't forget that. All right, the Lord is working, man. But it says this vision is for a future time. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. Okay, that MOTB, that's an end time prophecy. All right, and it will be fulfilled. You got this guy Donald Trump. He's publicly saying that he's gonna, stop CBDCs. You had the governor of Florida, I forget his name, but he also signed some kind of law to ban CBDCs. But we know that Donald Trump, he's juiced in, all right, and we know that if you do get elected, he's gonna follow the plan of the elites, okay? He's not gonna do nothing different than what Kamala would do or Joe Biden would do, bro. All right. He might say things different, but he's gonna do the same thing. And when it's time for Babylon the Great to come with them CBDCs, he's gonna be right on board with it. These are facts. All right. It says, if it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. Very soon. This CBDC, man, and ultimately the MOTB, it will be manifest. All right. And it's going to shake up the world, especially the world of Israel. A lot of people are going to be shaking up behind this thing, man. But whatever. Okay. Moving on here, my last video, man. This is from my guy, Jason A. Okay. He said, titled his video, Something Strange is Happening in California. All right. And this is concerning the earthquake portion of this lesson. So I'm going to play this video here, man. Do not grab a pre-sale.
Wondering, have we been having more of them than normal? Well, we did get the answer for you tonight, and it is yes. We are having the most seismically active year in almost 4 decades, and experts say the shaking is likely to continue.
Another earthquake hit Southern California, this time near Lake Elsinore. It happened this morning around 9:30. The magnitude 3.9 earthquake rocked homes, but so far no damage has been reported. This is the third sizable earthquake in Southern California in just a couple of days.
Southern California has experienced multiple earthquakes this week, as I'm sure all of you know, and this is a good reminder. Now is the time to prepare for an even larger one.
Through the Northridge earthquake. So, the first thing I said is, I think the big one's coming, guys.
Judith Goldstein, the owner of Luca Natural Goods in Highland Park, remembers the progression of smaller quakes leading up to a very destructive one.
I know that this is the signs that a bigger earthquake is probably going to come. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. It passes us, but that's how it was before the Northridge earthquake.
Some breaking news, a 4.4 earthquake hitting the Las Vegas Valley tonight, according to USGS. Quake hit about 8:06, about 4 miles northwest of Indian Springs, Nevada. The quake was 5.8 miles deep. Indian Springs is home to Creech Air Force Base, is 45 miles northwest of the Las Vegas Strip. There were no immediate reports of any injuries or damage, as you'd expect of a quake of this size, but it was felt in a wide area of Nevada.
The recent earthquake that jolted the Southland is sparking concern and highlighting a much smaller but potentially more threatening fault line. The fault running from the Pasadena area to Puente Hills has been very active in recent months.
All the way over in Santa Monica, a cam facing the pier shows the power of the large shocks.
Well, so far there's been a few aftershocks, but nothing significant. 2 months ago, there was actually a smaller quake that shook that exact same area here in LA.
A lot more recently, and did feel a few of those, but nothing as strong as what we just felt in South Pasadena.
From 2013 to 2023, Dr. Jones says there was an average of 5 magnitude 4 or stronger shakers. But 2024 has been a lot more volatile. Already this year, there have been 13 magnitude 4 or stronger quakes.
This year is now an active year again. 2024 has had more earthquakes than any year we've seen since 1988.
Here's seismologist Dr. Lucy Jones.
We had a 6 on this system in 1987, and it was like $350 million in damage and 3 direct deaths. So when we've modeled what would it be like to have a 7.5 on the Puente Hills thrust, we get 10 times as much damage as we see for a 7.9 on the San Andreas, because we have so many more buildings and people on top of an earthquake if it's Puente Hills.
Monday's 4.4 magnitude earthquake happened in the same area as a 3.4 magnitude earthquake June 2nd, and both produced aftershocks nearby.
So they're all in about the same location, somewhere within the Puente Hills thrust system.
So what should the everyday Californian take from that?
Not much. We have earthquakes. This is a great reminder that all of Southern California is earthquake country. Every one of us in the Los Angeles metropolitan area is within 5 miles of an active fault. And which one of those are going to go within our lifetime is random.
Scientists at Yellowstone National.
Okay, so enough on that, man. But as you can see, earthquakes are increasing. This is mainly here in California, but they're happening all around the world. All right. And if you have the Newsbreak app, all right, they give out some good information here and there, about different earthquakes and things happening around the world, man. But our Lord spoke about these things, and they're going to only increase even until the very end. All right. So I want to get this here, what our Lord Yahweh Shai said, and I'm going to close out, man, because I am sleepy, if that's the word. Okay. I'm tired, and I'm, what we at? Matthew chapter 24, verse 4. All right. But it's a sacrifice you got to make, man. Sacrifice sleep for the Lord's sake. It's all good. Matthew 24, 4, it says, And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, right, the anointed, and shall deceive many. Okay. And one of the more recent guys I can think about is this dude, I think his name is Yaju or something like that. Some bugged out Jake from up north, man. He talking about he the Messiah. He going around to different Israelite camps and trying to convince them that he's a Messiah. He has a little small following. They believe he's the Messiah. I mean, this guy is retarded, okay? That's a retarded nigga. You hear him going to the scriptures, he's twisting scriptures. He's terrible, But he has a following. It's crazy, man, but whatever. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, right? And that's happening. Real quick, this video from First Post, right? It says Russia trying to declare Cold War 2.0 against U.S. and NATO, right? It's a good video to watch, okay? But we're constantly hearing of wars and rumors of wars, man. All right, things taking place in the Middle East. All of it is prophecy, all right? And all we have to do, man, just keep our eyes on it, stay locked in, because eventually this thing's going to get global, all right? A global war is going to take place as prophesied in the Holy Scriptures, okay? It says, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. And this is what we're seeing in the world, man. Okay? And these famines are going to increase as well, especially here in Babylon the Great. Okay, I know it sound far-fetched, okay, that a famine will hit America. But nothing is too hard for the Most High to do. All right? He knows just what to do to cause a famine in this land. All right? And verse 8 says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. So when you see these things take place, know that the sorrows has begun. And we are in the midst of the sorrows, okay? And they're only going to increase and get worse, all right? More judgment going to go out. More strange things going to be seen in the news. And, hey, man, it's going to be time to buckle up in the spirit. Right now, it's time to buckle up in the spirit. You know, you should already be locked in, okay? Don't wait till the last minute, you know, to get locked in. You should be locked in already. It's enough going on for you to know that, hey, look, this thing can happen at any time, all right? So with that, I want to close out, man. Lord willing, it was edifying. I'm getting my behind to sleep, bro. I'm out of there. All praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Al-Shai, Ba'ashim Chakadash, Shalom.